It's Seinfeld in Star Wars.
Is there another Full House reboot that we're watching? Right?
We should.
It's Lesser House.
The fullest house?
Yeah.
It's actually been watered down to the point. It's only 1/8 of a house now.
All right.
So.
Well, the one went to jail for college corruption or whatever she did.
I think she's out.
Was that
Lori Loughlin?
That's right. She is out because she did.
Was that Stephanie or?
No, it was the mom.
Aunt Becky.
Oh, Aunt Becky.
Yeah, she went to jail.
Oh, I used to roll Aunt Becky back in the day.
I was so glad you didn't say I was worried.
We can't get derailed.
I was worried.
We can't get derailed. Okay, we're here to talk about a show. So, Ben, please go on about Lost Season 4, Episode 3.
All right, so Season 4, Episode 3 is my favorite episode of Lost. You have this smoke monster, right? And right
is that a smoke monster season? Or
right as the smoke monster goes up, a Jedi stabs her with a lightsaber, right? Because like Frank, it just starts blasting. And then, as the smoke monster starts dying, it gives out saddest comment ever. I was gonna let Jack leave the island.
It chose you. She chose you.
And you were the true leader of the island, not Jacob.
Oh wait.
Speaking of J.J. Abrams.
Speaking of the thing, I'm actually leaving.
Bye. All right, everyone. And that was it.
So this is the least exciting thing I've done all year. Okay, so we are actually here with our friend Acolytes. Hello, Acolytes. And this is me, Drew, the Beer Thrillers.
Hey, Ben.
And this is... Oh, I'm the Beer... No, he's the... You're the Beer Thriller. Finally made it, guys. It's the Acolyte, Episode 8.
Somehow.
Titled The Acolyte.
Somehow, the Acolyte ended.
At last, the true mystery will be revealed.
How far do we get into Star Wars where finally they start, like, making fun of the somehow line?
Like it gets meta?
Kind of like when, like, the Juggernaut's like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
In what, X-Men 3?
X-Men 3, but they were referencing a YouTube video.
Right.
That was a viral thing.
You a fucking ass? Do you not know who I am? He must not know who I am. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! I'm gonna hit you with your own pimp!
Yeah.
So how, like, when do we get to that point where, like, Star Wars self-metas out the somehow?
We might already be there.
Obi-Wan did the, like, hello thing at the end.
Yeah, that was the hello there.
Meme reference.
Yep.
And he did the rock thing. The hello there is the most meme-y thing, though, I think, right?
Right.
Was there was another one in Obi-Wan, though, too, right? Like a high referenced...
He says something about the ground. He's, like, above Vader.
Oh, the high ground?
No, remember in the final fight against Darth Vader, we were expecting Vader to go, now I have the high ground?
That's right.
I was waiting for it.
Right.
He walks over to the edge and looks down on Obi, and I'm like,
there.
in my brain,
Say
my brain, the writing was so terrible that was definitely going to happen, and then it didn't.
You picture the scene with Bart in the classroom with all the kids, say the line!
Now I have the high ground, Mr. Ben Kenobi.
Remember good Star Wars, like the Obi-Wan show?
I mean, we're already getting there with Lord of the... I bet in Season 2 of Rings of Power, Gandalf is going to fight the Balrog, and he's going to say the thing.
Thou shalt not pass.
That's the Bible.
That's
You blended the Bible and Lord of the Rings.
Thou shalt not pass. No,
you shall not. You said thou shall not. Like you started doing one of the tablets, and then
Commandment 11.
Then
thou shalt not pass.
You started with Jesus, and you awkwardly shifted to Tolkien.
I often forget the 11th commandment is Jesus talking to Balrog saying, "Thou shalt not pass." That actually is.
Okay, you heard it here first.
I picture the Mel Brooks with the three tablets.
History of the world.
Yeah. He drops the one.
Oh yeah, what does he say? He's like, well, I've got these 15 commandments, 10 commandments.
These 15!
Hey.
10 commandments for all to obey.
I didn't see the sequel to that. Did you guys? I heard it was bad.
It's bad.
Okay.
Did you guys hear that? Tied back to Star Wars. Did you hear they're making making Spaceballs the Search for More Money?
Yeah.
They're actually working on a script.
Oh, like literally?
As long as
like seriously are.
Oh my god.
But the problem is, it's not Mel Brooks anymore.
Is it going to be just full on meta funny references about Disney Star Wars?
So what happened? Like I watched like the first maybe 2 episodes of History of the World Part 2. and immediately was like, this isn't Mel Brooks anymore. It's like that group of people, like, I love Drunk History, but it's like all those groups of, like, the actors who did Drunk History.
They're pretty good.
They're good, but, like, History of the World Part 2 was, like, them doing skits in that Mel Brooks vein, but it's not, like, really Mel Brooks doing it.
Well, and we do have to accept the fact that Mel Brooks is, I think, 98. He's probably not in the writers' room anymore.
I think he's 94, 95.
Okay.
Because the one time I looked him up, and he would have been like the same age as like my grandma if she didn't have passed away. And because we were both talking, I was like, "Oh, hey, Grandma, you're like the same age as Mel Brooks," and she's like, "Hell." Like, all right, yep.
Sounds like we'll do anything, but
talk about
to avoid talking about the Acolyte, the finale.
We should do it. We should just like cut away now to Spaceballs.
Can you imagine if we were covering like Game of no, not Game of Thrones. That's a bad example. Like Breaking Bad. If we were on the finale of Breaking Bad, we probably would have stopped talking and pressed play.
We
would already be like watching it. We would already be like, okay, what's gonna happen?
I can't wait. The Fly.
I just realized that I don't care what happens. I don't know. I actually can't make any weird predictions because I honestly have.
We gotta always try to make some predictions.
I don't know where it could possibly go.
I think we can do that loose base, like Star Wars-y, like. Does Plagueis show up? Does Yoda show up? Kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the member berry, like the easy, the low-hanging fruit is Yoda and Plagueis.
I mean, there has to be some kind of cliffhanger ending, right, where they want you to.
They want to make a season 2. We know that
season 2 has not been greenlit yet.
You didn't make a $190 million show and not hope for a season 2.
100, yeah.
What was it? 180?
180.
I think it was 180.
Yeah, 180 is what's being reported.
Where did it go? Where
did the monorail salesman got on the plane to North Haverbrook with all the money and left.
You know, a town with money's a little like the mule with a spinning wheel. No one knows how he got it, and danged if he knows how to use it.
Told you guys, all the writers.
It was Cal Naka just walking around with a metal detector.
Aglets, you told us before we started recording here that this show had how many writers?
There were 10 writers with at least one credit on the 8 episodes of Acolyte. So that is a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Is this
for the show?
Do you know where the breakdown is? Like, is it like 2 for this episode, 1 for this one, 2 for this one, or is
most
it just...
most of them are 2? I think maybe a couple of them might have been 3.
Like some of these episodes are like close to half an hour. Like that's
after you remove the after you remove credits.
If we broke this down, how much footage? Like how much total footage do we got? About maybe
8 episodes. If every episode is half an hour, that's
4.5 hours of stuff.
Not even.
4
hours. If every episode was a half hour, 8 episode
So 4 hours, but also there's some recycled footage, right? So
right,
it's like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Yeah,
where they just keep showing clips from the first movie.
It's like
the music clip show from Simpsons.
It's like 3 plus.
Well, episode 7, while they did give us some new stuff, it was just a lot of old stuff that didn't even. It's like some stuff didn't even get
from a different camera angle.
So let me just talk about episode 7 for a little bit. It's because it's fucking weird to me. But like when we watched episode 3, which is the first flashback,
right?
A lot of things we assumed were going to get recontextualized because the ending made no sense.
Right. Right.
And then I watched episode 7, which is the complete, and things still made no sense.
Or they made it worse.
Like that little book fire actually was what killed everyone, or not. I mean, not the witches, but like what made the whole place explode.
Yeah.
That little book fire. She lit this book on fire, and then immediately realized that fire's hot, and went what's going on?
Help!
How does fire work?
Yeah, and dropped it on the stone floor, and then the stone floor caught on fire, and then it went up into like an electrical
electric panel thing. Yeah.
And then that spread the fire like AIDS throughout the system.
I've literally have done my best to avoid reading internet this time. Like for Ahsoka, Mando season 3, I think those were the last 2 shows we watched. I actively like engaged in the internet community, like with both of those shows.
So sorry.
Like,
how's your blood pressure?
Right. Yeah. But like this season, like I've reached that point of apathy of like I don't even like. I would even almost like want to engage in the previous seasons of like just try to help the masses see the light, like see the reasoning behind things.
And you like to call them names though too, right?
Well, I call them booger face. Sure. I made fun of how their mom wore combat boots.
I heard you call somebody a simp the other day.
And I learned that word today. But no, but like for this show, like I didn't even like actively like I've not really read like anything about it, and what I have read has been like 3 episodes back almost, just because like I just haven't even been bothered to like read each page of like a forum. Like, this is a 25-page thing. Maybe I'll slowly read through, whatever. I'm like, I'm a grown man at this point. I don't have time for this shit. I got beer to drink, damn it.
Well, you are the beer thrillers.
Right, and it's just like, it's just literally like, I just don't care enough where this is even going. Like, at the end of the day, at the end of this show, does Chimera die? I don't know. Who? Maybe. He's not in episode 1 of Star Wars, so I don't really care.
Well, this is,
We're like,
this is 100 years before.
Right,
So,
but like, it doesn't have to, like, my anger with that is, like, it doesn't have to impact episode 1, and it shouldn't necessarily impact episode 1, but, like, I went into the show, at least before watching episode 1, somewhat level of, like, this is going to be a brand new thing. We can learn new things. We can see new things. We can get new perspectives of the Force or this or that. It'd be fun about learning about the Sith or something. We got, like, nothing of that. Like, we've gotten characters, we don't get actual characters. We don't get...
Yeah, that's a big problem.
We don't even get, like, planets or sets. Like, people have talked about how beautiful the sets are.
Not having characters is a problem, I agree.
Right, like, who's, like, you did this, like, little game with me earlier, Drew. You said to me, like, define OSHA.
Yeah, the twins are nothing.
Right, and
They are
they're the
nothing.
main thrust.
I was thinking we'd bring that up in the discussion tonight. Yeah, like, who is the? If you were to, someone was to ask you who's the protagonist of this show, it's like it's a little hard to say.
Okay,
It's episode 1
They're
syndrome.
doing the things with the twins where they want to flip-flop them, but neither one of them has the motivation for the flip-flop because the writing is so weak.
It's just whatever the script says, and they
Saul
switch sides and they switch
Saul
sides.
seems like the only one who I can sort of sympathize with. I mean,
Saul is basically Qui-Gon in episode 1.
but that might be elevated because he's the only actor that's like giving it,
Right.
like bringing it. So,
Yeah, like, not even Carrie-Anne Moss is really, like,
well, what's her character, Ben?
she's pro-council. She's like a Jedi by the book.
She's a conservative Jedi.
Okay,
Right,
now
and she
Aglet, you do.
thinks- and she
What's
thinks-
Torben's character?
Depressed.
Well, there's two.
Maybe,
You're not Aglets.
There's two Torben characters. So you have young Padawan Torben, who's just like a worse version of Anakin. He's just a whiny.
Oh, you really went for it. I thought you were just going to say, I want to go home.
Yeah, he's a whiny Padawan, wants to go home. And
You're giving him more character depth than I think the show did.
You made your own headcanon with him.
That's what it reminds me of. He's just an,
Oh, no, I got you.
He's just a immature.
Maybe
brat.
headstrong a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and then
But for some reason, no one lets.
and then there's
brings him in.
adult Torben, who I can't really say anything about. He makes no sense.
He has one line of dialogue, and it didn't make any
he's
sense.
just guilty about stuff that's not really his fault.
And his line was basically,
Yeah.
his line is, we try to do better.
Or try to do the right thing.
We tried to.
Right.
I'm sorry. He says, "I'm sorry, May. We thought we were doing the right thing," and then he drinks the poison.
Yeah.
And then
But meanwhile, what we get as a flashback was he just realized, oh shit, the girls are the virgins. I'm going to hop on my speeder and kidnap them?
he wants to go home. Damn it!
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's not really wanting to do better. He was going to kidnap kids.
And none of them really try to stop him. It's like Wonka when he's like, "No, wait, stop, come back."
And those girls are the proof. This is our ticket home.
Stop, don't come back. Hell, police, murder.
Soul follows
Suspense
after
is
him.
terrible. I hope it lasts.
Oh, good. That's something we will not be saying about this show.
Soul follows after him, and then as soon as they get there, he's like, all right, let me show you how to sneak in.
In Yuasha, like whatever her name is, she's like rubbing Saul's nose and the fact that she's got a Padawan and he doesn't.
What did you call her?
In Yuasha, it's like an anime or something. I don't know what her name is. You keep telling me. And I'm never
show that's not.
It's Indara.
Indara, whatever. She basically like early is like, I got a Padawan and you don't, Saul, because you're stupid.
This is why I have one and you don't.
Yeah.
And I think that was their...
They sort of made this weird motivation for Saul where he's sort of like obsessed with getting one of these girls to be his Padawan.
We talk about Saul being the best character, but really,
But that hurts his character.
Even in that episode 7, like it's not. we don't have enough to say, like, why is he drawn to Osha so much? Why does he have a connection to her? Why does he want her?
They imply that it's because he wants just wants a Padawan.
But they only added that character trait to him in episode 7.
Yeah, that's not in the other 6 episodes.
In episode 3, when
maybe if the show was told more in chronological order, it would have made a little bit more sense.
This is a problem with. So this is a problem with this show in that sense of like.
There's a lot of problems.
Well, right, but like the Disney model of 8 episodes is a problem for both Star Wars and Marvel. Like an 8-episode show like this does not work. We've gotten that with Mando season 3. We've gotten that with Ahsoka. We've gotten that with Obi-Wan. We've gotten that with Book of Boba Fett. Secret Invasion wasn't good. Like the model plan of this 8-episode thing, where it's like this should have been a movie. And then they cut it into like an 8-episode show.
With the amount of story they had, yes.
Right.
I was going to say, an 8-episode thing can work.
Well,
if
I mean, it
the
can,
execution
but-
and the amount of story they need.
Andor was 12, and that worked.
Right.
And that was almost like 3 or 4 mini movies, like
right.
sort of.
There was like 3 chapters.
But so where like the other problem with this is their model of doing it in this 8-episode is like, and it's the pacing is all off. But how they've tried to do it of doing the mystery show, none of it really worked because we're given basically all the answers at the same time that we're not given motivation for the answers. Like Soul's motivation is given to us in episode 7. Who's the Sith? Oh, it's Kymer. There was no red herring.
They milked that for about half the show.
They
or so.
framed it as a mystery box, and then, like, remember, our speculation, at least my speculation, was it's definitely not going to be Chimere.
Right, because it feels too obvious.
I've seen 1,000 horror movies with slasher films, and there's always a red herring, and Chimere had all of the symptoms of a red herring.
So it's like almost a postmodernist look at everyone's going to expect it not to be him because of the trope.
And that's one of those things, like, did they do it because the trope exists to flip it again?
Right.
Or did they just not realize they made it so obvious?
Are you saying they subverted your expectations?
They did. Not in a good way, because that makes episode 2 worse then. That reveal makes... I brought this up. That's the worst thing in the entire season, is the Jedi not arresting Chimere when he's confirmed to be in cahoots with somebody who slaughtered 2 Jedis at that point.
How do they not know?
Why do they not arrest him? Why don't they mind read him? It's not there because they did that. They would find out he's the Jedi Master killer.
And he even says later on, I need this helmet to prevent mind reading.
That line of dialogue makes it even worse then. Because
that's a theme that comes up in the show again and again and again. These little things of exposition, the little one-liners that I think the writers think are explaining things and helping, but they actually make it way worse.
And it's actually...
So you have that line, you have the, we've been here for 7 weeks, can't find anything.
But that line though with the helmet...
What are we doing here?
It just expounds it.
That actually makes that means there is no explanation for why the Jedi didn't mind read him.
Right.
Because they already had pre-established lore they could have used that actually would have not probably been a problem, at least for me, because Palpatine obviously had a dark side ability that masked presence.
Well, I mean,
he was talking to Jedi Masters on the Council and they could not fucking read him.
I don't know if they've ever established.
Why not just give Chimere that?
Well, have they ever really established to a complete degree that Jedi can just complete mind read people?
In this show, they do.
Well, right. I mean, outside the show, though, I know Watto says, "Oh, Jedi mind tricks don't work on me."
Yeah, and Jabba does that. Yeah.
But I just assume that a strong-willed person.
All right, guys. All right.
He's got his notes. He's got his notes.
One thing before you get the note out, though.
Before you get the notes out.
Give me a minute here.
But in Obi-Wan in episode 4, he's able to mind control them a bit,
slightly.
But it's a slight. It's not complete, and he's not mind reading them.
What about when Obi-Wan tells the guy to go home and rethink his life?
Right.
When the guy left the bar, did he actually do that?
Right.
Or at what point does it wear off?
That's just a funny, I think.
It's sorry. Oh my God, that looks like a children's. It looks like a ransom note. Why did you use newspaper cuttings to make your notes?
To see your children again,
bring us 3 million.
If you ever want to see OSHA again.
All right. So this line of talk has actually reminded me of something that I was reading, my extensive research that I put into before our viewing tonight, that one of Wesley Hedlund's inspirations for making the show, she says, is that she wanted to address fan criticism of the prequels. Fan criticism of the prequels to explain how did Sidious come to power and right under the nose of all the Jedi. She wanted to bring that up into conversation and address it. So do we feel like this show through 7 episodes so far?
Maybe that all happens in episode 8 then. I don't know, because I don't think that happened at all here.
If she's trying to show the Jedi's incompetence, I guess she does it.
Unless they bring it, like I said, they bring in Plagueis, because that's the only connection to Palpatine would be
But I mean, even still, I guess they're showing the Jedi is incompetent, and Vanestra is obviously trying to hide things from the council.
Are they maybe slow?
I think that's my big prediction for episode 8. Is that I think it's pretty obvious that we all think that Vernestra trained Khmer sometime in the past.
I mean, I think there is the implication too that like this is like the first appearance of the Sith, and there is the rise of it. So I guess that is like a lead-in. But I mean, it's still 100 years before Phantom Menace, so it's hard to call this a true prequel to it.
Yoda and everyone, like Yoda and Mace, feel like they are. Whoa! After Maul's appearance and defeat, they're very concerned. Like something's going on.
Right. Well,
but
let's not get into whole Cady Mundi.
I do like the when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are like talking to the council about like, all right, I think this was a Sith, like, and he's like, he was trained in the Jedi arts. He attacked me. I don't know what the fuck was that.
It had a lightsaber.
Right, it was red. Like, what the fuck was that?
He looked like the devil.
Right, like
we knew he was the bad guy because he had all the horns.
He had a red blade. He's a bad guy.
I mean, come on now. And I like that, like Mace and Yoda are like, I don't know, sounds bad. And Coyote Money over there's like, oh, whoa, they're extinct like the dodo bird.
This is an interesting point I know EFAP brought up, and I never really thought about it before, but like nobody in this series ever treats lightsabers with like the amount of like seriousness.
There's no gravitas.
Like those lightsabers just littered about. Nobody's picking them up, like grabbing them. Like, wouldn't those be valuable? Or
I think there was a line in episode 6 where Vernestra at least says something like, let's try to bury these bodies or get their
collect their
sabers. So
right.
They at least kind of got that.
So there's at least some acknowledgement there.
But this is also like 2 days later now.
But you would think Saul would have been kind of concerned about that too before he jets. But
episode 1, May doesn't even take Indara's.
Carrie-Ann Moss doesn't. Oh yeah.
May doesn't take
Carrie-Ann Moss is Andorra. Got it.
That's a fair point.
But I mean,
although she was banned from using weapons.
Right.
Except for weapons.
Except weapons that she does use.
But in that sense,
she can't use weapons except for when she has weapons.
Like, it's one of those stupid things that the show, like, so May kills Indara in episode 1, leaves the lightsaber at the scene, whatever. How does the master that she thinks, because the original episode 1 ends, you get him like showing the lightsaber on the cliffside, doing all that stuff.
Very dramatic.
He turns his lightsaber on for no reason.
But he's like, but you get that like moment of like, how does he know anything about what happened other than what May tells him? Like, you don't get like May left the lightsaber there, so how does he know she killed him or she killed her? I mean, how does the master know the Acolyte killed Indara? I don't know, because the Acolyte told her?
He watches the news.
Okay, but what is the news?
He's hiding in plain sight as Chimere.
But the thing about it is, the news, they're hiding this whole thing. The council doesn't even know that, like, I don't know if the council even knows Indara was killed.
Why does Chimere even care if these four revenge bait
because
for
remember,
Maya?
there is that weird bit where
I think he's using May's desire for revenge to like train her as his.
And he says he's upset, but all she wants is revenge.
There was that opening crawl of like that Acolyte went rogue basically.
But like
he didn't want her to actually start killing. I don't think.
When Chimere is trying to like groom Osha now,
right?
But like he's like, the Jedi are pretty awful. I'm just trying to live my life. I want to have an acolyte that I can train myself. And it's like, well, Chimere, why can't you do that? Like, you attacked them. You came at them and just started slaughtering them. Of course they're going to defend themselves. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, Chimere.
There's that weird disconnect and all that. They definitely went into the show as writers wanting to do all the tropes that you can do with twins, like a face heel turn.
Which one's the real one?
Right, you can do the finger point. You can do the haircut.
Which is still weird because the one has like a face marking and one,
Hey,
doesn't.
They
forgot about that.
We're going to use that for episode 1. We're not going to use that for episode 5 or whatever it is.
She cut her hair, so wouldn't Saul be able to see it like quite obviously?
It should have burn marks.
I think it's very, very fortunate that after 16 years of being apart, when they come back together again, they have the exact same
and
hairstyle.
Leslie Headland like made some weird statement in the interview because they were asking like, oh, did Saul know who was on the ship with him in episode 6? She's like, Saul's a pretty powerful guy. I think he knows a little more than what he's letting on. But then the show showed us that it was more than likely the beaver that told him. You know what I mean? Like the show, she tells us one thing, and the show shows us like an entirely other thing. Like, what's going on?
I'm fine with that being a little bit ambiguous.
I mean,
whether he knew, maybe he was trying to work her a little bit.
But he also doesn't strike.
But
I think Soul is the one who does not strike me as being any level of deception to him. Like, he seems like a pretty straightforward guy. And Dara strikes me as one who would do the whole, like...
play more mind games and stuff.
Right. Kalnaka's not a character either. I can't give him any...
He's not a character.
He's a zero character.
Like most Wookiees, unfortunately.
That's what we're like, wait, why was he even allowed to get mind control? Because he was a master, not a Padawan.
Right.
Like, his mind should have been fortified from the get-go.
And theoretically, he could be anywhere from like 0 to 200 years old. But Chewie is 200 years old in A New Hope.
But Ben, they one-upped us and said, there, we teased you.
Right.
You thought you weren't getting your Kalnaka fight scene, but you got it.
I think there is bits of that in the show, too, where like the criticisms people lobbed at the show in episode 1 gets kind of answered in episode 3, but pissed poorly.
Yeah, execution is what a lot of this
really lacks.
Like, everyone was pissed in episode 4, like, oh, Kalnaka was killed off screen. What a shit. Like, same as in Dara, like, you have Carrie Ann Moss, and she's killed in episode 1. I guess that's the end of it.
I thought that was impressive at the time when when that first happened. I was like, "Whoa, Carrie Ann Moss dying in the first episode."
I think by episode 2, we're like, "Oh, there's going to be a flashback."
Right. We were somewhat lenient and somewhat optimistic by the end of episode 1.
Episode 1, I thought was like, but like I was like, okay, the twin thing was strange because they posed it as a mystery for about 5 minutes and then just revealed it.
Right. That's kind of what's so downer for me with the show. Like, unlike that other show that we have watched together and shall remain nameless, like I actually had hope for this thing through the first 2, 3, couple episodes, even up through 5. I think I was still kind of holding on. Maybe there's some.
I think episode the episode day is the one where you're like, that episode nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing moved forward.
They trekked 4 hours into a forest.
They walked. It was just walking around in the woods. It was like watching a college film.
There's a lot of filler.
And it was also
a lot of filler.
And that's where we're like going back to like pacing for this
It's
show.
absolutely okay to slow things down, but like all the dialogue then you have has to have like really good meaning and
have weight to it.
Like weight to it. Build world building.
Use that time to build up your characters and make you care about.
Not just like bullshit like Osha going, "Oh my God, May's still alive."
Or was that the one where May suddenly heel turns like, "Oh, I'm going to turn myself into the Jedi.
I'm actually going to turn myself into Kalnaka."
That's a face turn.
I've hated them for 16
years. I'm going to give them
but
all.
Now, I want to go talk to them now.
I'm going to give them all of. It basically tells Chimera, "I'm going to give them all the information on the Sith Lord that I know." It's like, and he's like, well, he's not going to like that.
And I feel like
it's so stupid.
And that was all just to drag out his. Like, is it Chimera or is it someone else? Who's the master?
I guess maybe that's the purpose of him being caught in that trap. It's like, oh, he's so dumb that he didn't see that coming.
Well, that was definitely
no way he's a Sith Lord.
The trap itself was the red herring.
The trap was the red, and apparently he brought his spooky bad guy mask. He had to go back to the ship then.
No,
right?
that was in his bag.
Oh, he kept the cloak in it. I gotta go get something real quick from the ship, and then we need that scene where it shows him holding the mask, going, and putting it in his backpack.
That's what was in those trash cans.
It's a good thing that she didn't take his backpack after. I probably would have taken his backpack. I don't know.
I think she didn't see it somehow.
Well, I was gonna say the two big things with all these Disney TV shows, except like minus Andor, basically, execution and missed opportunity. Is like a lot of these things. Like missed opportunity is like a good example is like that big fight scene. I brought this up when we were talking about it earlier. Yord's character not witnessing Jecki dying in the fight.
Yep.
And like him having like a moment of oh, like that moment of like I failed her, like I failed my own Padawan, and maybe he has a rage out moment that ends up getting himself killed, like he loses it and maybe starts like tapping into the dark side a little bit or something.
That would give him at least a little bit more character than the frat idiot boy we kind of got in previous episodes. Like Yordi's like that weird like. They wanted to make him like a dumb dude,
right?
Who was just obedient to the Jedi because he just knew no other way.
He was like a new cop. He wanted to be by the books,
right?
You know, didn't.
But he was also dumb.
He's just a stiff who doesn't trust OSHA like at all, even when there's tons of evidence.
But then
even though they grew up together, like the whole. Firstly, the whole arresting OSHA thing is like one of the most ludicrous starts to the show. A murder happens on, like, say, New Mexico, and they arrest someone because 2 days later they find a person who looks exactly like a.
If you can buy that they really thought that May was dead, like.
But even still,
Saul said, "I saw her die."
They're legitimately taking a bartender's word, and like there's no footage. Unless there's cameras around that they don't show.
And they put her in. They put her in the worst.
Cameras.
They put her in the worst.
Bar?
They put her on the worst ship ever. Somebody who they assume probably killed a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
And has use of the Force.
Right.
They put her on this robot-controlled ship,
And then
where
all these other
the
people.
cages are kept right next to the bridge.
And they don't use the jellyfish on her.
No.
They use that in like the Hannibal guy.
The Hannibal Lecter fellow.
Yeah, he gets the jellyfish
Face
thing.
hugger. Yeah.
But then the other goons just break out automatically.
They
so that ship was
one of the droids.
That ship was always going to get broken, regardless of OSHA being there.
Yeah,
she just happened to be on a ship that was like.
And then she's somehow able to survive the crash landing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a theme in all these shows.
A lot of bad stuff.
It's a lot of unable to write things happening versus contrivance.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's a lot of contrivance. Mando season 3 is a shit ton of contrivance.
Oh my god, yeah. Remember when they loophole?
We're rustling the papers.
Remember when they loophole the Darksaber rules? And just remember when Mando just at the end of that one episode, just like she saved my life like a month or so ago from a thing. So really, she has the Darksaber now, and everyone just goes, "Oh, yeah, that's how it works."
Not awkward at all.
Ben, give me one of those.
In all your research, do you know what each show costs at all?
Well, yeah.
Like each episode's.
Funny you mention that, Ben. I looked up the budgets for all six of the Star Wars live-action TV shows. Yes.
Okay.
And I have them ranked.
Has there been 6 live-action
Star Wars TV shows?
Jesus, fuck Star Wars.
So,
Okay, let's.
I'm curious if you guys can maybe rank them in like reverse order. What do you guys think was the cheapest? And this is on a per episode basis, and this is just using by what I found on
Per episode. The cheapest?
Let me ask like the question beforehand. Are you doing it by season? I assume Mando season 3 probably costs more than like Mando season 1.
I'm assuming Mando is the same.
Pedro Pascal asked for a raise.
I just feel like right. Well, I feel like Mando probably they were willing to give the show more money for props and CGI by season 3 because they knew it was a good investment rather than season 1.
Well, it's at least season 1 and 2, I bet.
Okay.
Numbers that
I'll say Andor's the lowest.
I was thinking that too. But man, Boba Fett looks really cheap. Boba Fett looks really, really cheap. And I cannot. Yeah. I don't believe Tamara Morrison commands a very high salary either.
So I would say Fett before Obi-Wan. Both of those shows are like
Obi-Wan's going to be higher because of just Ewan McGregor,
right? And Hayden Christensen,
right? Yeah.
So
I'm going to say Book of Boba Fett, then Andor.
Incorrect. So actually the cheapest show on a per episode basis at $12.5 million per episode is Ahsoka. It had about 100.
Ahsoka was the cheapest.
Internet says it has about $100 million budget for eight episodes. So about 12 and a half.
That has Rosario Dawson and Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. Well, for only one episode though. That's not. He's not.
And I think Hayden really demands a huge.
Rosario, I would think would be. I mean, she's not an A-lister, but.
I mean, she's up there.
Well.
Okay, so Ahsoka's not.
Well, Mary Elizabeth Winstead's pretty up there. She's a big actress. That's impressive. And there's a lot of special effects in Ahsoka.
You guys were talking about the pool noodle all the time.
Well, that's always looked bad to me.
That's like one of the main special effects for the whole show, right? Which,
it's just a foam piece of foam.
So after Ahsoka, it's kind of a trick question because there's a bunch that are like tied at the next level.
I'm going to assume then that
Fett, Obi,
and Andor are probably around the same.
Fett, Mando, and Kenobi all come in at $15 million per episode.
What was Ewan McGregor getting?
I wonder.
Was he skewing it then, or is that why why Obi-Wan's set sucks so much? Is because all the money had to go to the Ewan McGregor.
That's probably all filmed in that big
volume or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Probably all filmed there. Yeah.
I don't like that.
So wait, what's the most expensive?
Well, we still got two. We still got two more.
Oh, we have two more. Wait, what are the two?
This has got to be number one.
Oh, this has to be the most expensive, right?
So the second from the top is Andor at
oh wow,
$250 million for 12 episodes. That's of course out to about $20.8 million per.
Andor does look the best.
I think it has the best looking sets.
Mm-hmm. It does. It has the best looking sets, but less CGI, right? By far,
probably less effects,
and probably less for character. But they have a lot more characters.
We're at the point now where practical effects probably cost more than CGI stuff.
But the other thing too is
probably
Andor has a lot of actual characters, not just background extras, but actual characters. You have Andor,
True.
you have his girlfriend, whatever, on that planet that has her husband or whatever.
I think her name was.
You have Milk Boy.
Milk Boy.
Blue cereal.
So the cereal guy. Okay.
You have that guy's mom. You have Andor's mom.
You have the Mon Mothma stuff.
You have the entire prison crew
and the ISB stuff. Yeah. So,
all the ISB people, all of the Mon Mothma people. You have
that's right. Qyburn's in there.
Yeah, you have Luthian and all of his group. You have the initial heist group is a whole actual group.
Okay. So this is the most expensive show.
So Acolyte it comes in at $22.5 million per episode.
But where's it go?
Fellas, why? Why would they put
in all your research? Where's the money go?
I think it's all. I think you can tell by the quality of the writing, and they spent. It's
definitely the writing.
No expense for those
10 writers. You say
those 10 writers.
10 writers.
So in this show, who's as actual actors? The only big actors is Carrie-Anne Moss.
Pretty much.
And Chimera was in The Good Place.
Saul's actor was recently big because of Squid Games, but
does he actually drive a hard was Squid Games enough to make him?
Squid Games was very popular.
I've never watched.
It's pretty good. I think it's very safe to say that even if this episode is baller, I'll still look back on this as saying this is pretty bad. This is mostly missed opportunities, mostly bad execution.
If I was to sum up the whole show in one sentence or whatever, it would be missed opportunities.
Right. How good would this episode have to be to make you actually be like, oh?
I don't think it's possible. Even if I said this episode was 10 out of 10, it wouldn't make up for it.
Probably better to think about it as what would they have to do in this episode to save it.
Well, before we start, do you have any predictions? Because I don't think I really do. Outside of possibly Yoda
let's just throw that out first, right?
Yoda's going to show up like Qui-Gon did at the end of Obi-Wan, and he'll have one line of dialogue.
I think there'll be some big cameo like that.
Right. So let's start with that. Let's start with Plagueis. Do we get Plagueis?
No, I don't know too much about Plagueis other than what Revenge of the Sith talks about him. There actually was a book about him, right? And he's like one of those big guys with the big heads.
The Moon.
I think that's old canon, though, right?
It is. There's no species. Nothing is established in new canon for him.
For you book nerds, will they randomly change Plagueis' species
or his birthday?
Because they've already changed it. Well, they changed Plagueis' birthday, and will all the Redditors get really pissed off? So,
any other big predictions?
I don't have anything else that I could possibly think of.
Saul Dying is one of my big ones, and there'll be a cameo. There'll be some kind of cliffhanger. They want you to
maybe a cliffhanger.
Stay tuned.
The cliffhanger is going to be Plagueis or Yoda.
Vanessa has to use the whip because they set it up.
They set the whip up. Is that a prediction?
But in the sense that there's going to be a fight at least then, right?
Yeah.
Do we get
maybe? Is Chimera gonna fight Vanessa? That might be a thing.
I think so.
And then we get the whole Chimera was her apprentice type thing.
That'll be the reveal. He's like, you've been training.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My powers have doubled since last week.
Which thing is when they make a new show.
So that was something I never watched the cartoons, but I was hearing somebody talk about that where they're like that whole thing gets retconned all to hell in Clone Wars because they run into Dooku like all the time.
Every other episode.
It gets
They're fighting him.
You get Scooby-Dooed every other week. Oh no, there he is.
And one final thought, going into the show, I was sort of like, are they really going to actually start dabbling and showing us what it means to be trained as an apprentice in the dark side? Like, are we actually going to go into what being trained
as a Sith
is? And the answer is no. They did not touch on that at all.
There's the thinnest thread of it in episode 6.
There's none of it.
Where Kamir's trying to like seduce her a little bit.
But he's literally trying to show him his dick, and that's not. I wouldn't count that as training.
I wouldn't say trying.
That's like Weinstein grooming.
I wouldn't say trying. He was literally naked.
He was right. He said a weird line. Where he's like, "If you're not going to join me, I'm going to get my clothes back on."
Was that not you? God, I hate how you do this, Drew. On camera, like that was such a horrible scene, and then the second the cameras ended, we go upstairs and start.
Are you all ready to watch The Acolyte?
Hold on.
Okay, hit and play.
I have to hit this a couple times, I'm sure.
How much coke you got in that shit?
All right. What if my internet just goes out like right now?
Well, we're due for a storm.
I would thank the gods.
You will kill a Jedi without a weapon. Have you forgotten?
Still don't know what that means.
Force lightning, bitch.
Stop saying that.
Science, bitch!
Is poison a weapon?
Talking somebody into killing themselves with poison is killing somebody without a weapon, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, if I'm a black belt, or like the highest level of jujitsu,
not judo-jitsu.
Jabba juba juba juba, and I kill you, my hand is a weapon, right? Like, I mean,
yeah, we're now entering that level of like the Saw realm, where like everyone always like Jigsaw never killed anybody.
They killed themselves.
He actually makes people choose whether they want to die. It's like,
like in the same vein, like a pencil. If I'm writing with a pencil, it's a tool. But as soon as I use it and like stab you in the jugular, it's a
I'm gonna cut to Homer saying, "A gun is not a weapon, Marge. It's a tool."
A gun is not a weapon, Marge. It's a tool, like a butcher knife or a harpoon or an alligator.
Oh wow, we're literally opening up, right? We're
back
episode 6 ended.
End of 6.
Feels good, doesn't it? Say it. Say it.
Unsettling music playing.
What is happening?
What?
Oh, she's mind fucking him.
It's 5 seconds in.
See, she just mech him.
Yeah, his eyes went dark.
Oh, is she controlling him?
And he's fighting it though, I guess. Like unlike Torben who couldn't.
Wait, she knows how to do the which thing?
That or just the helmet itself? Does it?
I thought the helmet was.
What? Why is her eyes turning red?
I thought the helmet was supposed to block that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was supposed to be sensory deprivation.
Yeah.
May's not using force lightning. That would be the dumbest thing in the world.
I don't think that'll happen.
Maybe force choke?
Has she used the force at all?
I mean, she's used it. Not like overt, like crazy, but force choke would be without a weapon.
So we go together.
So is talking somebody into killing themselves. Why are we avoiding that conversation?
Says the man who does it to the homeless all the time.
We're gonna go down that route on whether or not Kevorkian was a villain or not.
He was a saint.
I will contact Master first.
Wait, what is she? Why do you have? She's.
We have restraints already.
May, don't do it.
That easily.
Why is he not watching her?
Oh, she has the little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you let her have that? You fucking restrained.
He doesn't know she has that. But you're right. He should have checked her for tools for. That's right. And you said, I hope you die. You're a virgin.
Oh, you were just about to say the big reveal.
You're a virgin.
And how unfortunate you got.
Well, they hinted that in the last episode.
We already know she's a virgin.
Yeah. I just love that Basil is just like, he's on the scene as soon as.
He's like, I got you, Saul.
Is Saul ever going to recognize Basil? Like, he's not acknowledged him.
No!
He's never said a word to him.
Basil's actually a figment of their imagination.
It's just.
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Can he not use the force to open the door?
I think he just shut off the escape. No, I guess not. Okay.
So she's bailing.
Oh, and that was a ship. It wasn't even just an escape pod.
That looked like F-Zero.
Like,
it was like
the Z-94 headhunter, not the Z-95. Like you cool kids have.
Only you can just go after.
He's like, oh, I guess I should have checked you for weapons when he locked you into your.
You can just follow her, right?
I'm gonna say visually that's sort of neat.
It's kind of cool,
but like $22.8 million. All
right, can we just cut? Stop cutting to the beaver. Why are we keep cutting to the beaver?
The beaver is the key to all.
Oh, it's like Star Fox graphics. Do you see that?
Well, I mean that ties back to episode 4.
I have you now.
I have you now.
Right, when like Han and them have the.
Hey guys, I think he might blow her up. What do you think?
No.
I think.
I'm kidding.
Is he trying to kill May? It's right up on her.
He's literally gonna fly into her.
This is
He's like so big. He's like so big.
This is the narrator trying to trick us.
Oh, Basil's gonna do something.
Why? Why?
Oh, Basil's
What the fuck, Basil?
Wait, Basil outed her earlier. What? Okay, Basil is chaotic neutral.
Yeah,
he's just doing whatever, I guess.
And they both just happen to like randomly.
Wait, what's happening?
That's not how any of that would have probably worked.
Oh.
And why did she suddenly start caring about Pip?
Oh, so we are now at Chymere's secret base, right? That looks like Chymere's
another ship crash.
Or is this which planet?
I think it's supposed to be still. Yeah.
Or are they the same?
Wasn't that
Mog?
Mog. His name is Mog.
Is that a Spaceballs reference?
What are you?
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
I'm a Mog.
No, that's a Final Fantasy VI reference.
Half man, half dog.
I also love that like Vanessa is such a shitty Jedi that like she can't be bothered to press buttons. She uses the Force to press buttons.
Ooh, they reference hyperspace. This is a little interesting.
I feel like this is
jockeying for power between the Senate and the Jedi.
Yeah, like we're throwing politics in at the last, like in the 11th hour to make the show feel deeper than it is.
Earlier on, they do make a statement about like we don't want this to get out because our political enemies will use it. That's it though. There's that line. It's like, what does that mean? Who are your political enemies?
Apparently, this random it's the senator from Georgia. He's very angry about what the Jedi are doing with their procreation.
Ben, he really likes jazz.
Oh, the Jedi are a delusional cult. So he's pretty anti-Jedi.
I can definitely see like people not wanting.
Well, it goes into like
people
X-Men too.
with superprovers not running things. I can totally get that.
X-Men does the same thing.
The
X-Men does it better.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I've never seen The Boys. I'm sure it's probably in that too.
Yeah.
Early Boys is good.
Transparency to Chancellor Drellick.
Who's Drellick?
The Chancellor.
The Supreme Chancellor. I
Have we
guess.
met Drellick yet?
I think so.
Drew. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
They're too busy showing us beavers.
I'm pretty sure.
Fuck the character of the Chancellor. Let's see that beaver again.
God damn it! Disney just keeps putting beaver on the screen.
They keep throwing beavers. I want to see the political dealings.
No, it's just beaver.
Oh, there's those things that what's his name was eating.
That literally just looks like robots. Like that's like the owl from Clash of the Titans.
Oh yeah, the little robot owl.
Yeah.
Why are we all of a sudden not treating Chimera like he's not a monster?
Right.
Like who just slaughters children?
Well, she doesn't want to die.
But I mean, at the same time, like,
will you come with me?
Yeah, is he just faking it? Like, just maybe if I can talk him out of it.
Every time I see him on screen, I just want to yell Bortles.
Ooh.
Look, notice how her clothing got darker and now she has a hood?
Yeah, it's like Luke.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Is she conflicted, guys? Oh no. I thought she was happy just being a mechnic. Wasn't that the whole point? And she left the Jedi to be a mechnic.
What a character progression, Drew. Character growth, Drew, right there in front of you. That's what you love.
It's what's happening, Drew.
Drew, why are you watching the character growth?
Why do you not care about that?
Why do you hate characters growing?
Ooh, what is this?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, is that Plagueis?
I think that might be.
That looked like a.
It's Golem. Plagueis is just Golem.
No, I was gonna say it looks like Harry Potter guy.
I
The
think that might be a character you referenced in episode 3 that we've never seen before.
Episode 3 of this show or
episode
3?
Episode Revenge of the Sith.
That's Plagueis.
I think if possible.
He's just standing behind a creepy corner, like going.
He's Golem. He's literally Golem.
He's doing the. Oh, everything's going according to plan.
Family Guy bug. Good.
Wait, so was that really supposed to be Plagueis?
It's unclear. It's unclear. But
We're 5 minutes into a 49
that didn't look like
minute
that didn't look
episode.
like those guys from episode 3.
What is Basil's deal?
Why
did he sabotage?
Saul
His motivations
Saul
make no sense
saw Basil sabotaging the ship. So why is Basil not tied up now?
Right.
Yeah.
He tied up May.
Just let him run around the ship and keep fucking chewing on break cables or whatever.
Is Chimer's planet Brendog?
No.
Is that what's happening?
It was an unnamed planet, an unknown planet.
Right, but
it looks like
it's not.
So this is Chimer's just home base, and it's just a know-nothing
Well,
planet.
then what ship did he just take off?
See, why couldn't he raise his acolyte here? Nobody even knows it exists.
Right.
Who was stopping him?
Look, it's the temple place we talked about from Nickelodeon. Why?
With the talking face?
West Virginia meets Indiana Jones.
That's where Mother Brain used to sit in the Metroid verse. Did y'all ever play Metroid?
I like the GameCube ones.
Oh yeah, Metroid Prime's great.
I'm excited for number 4.
She's covered in shit. Maybe like clean your.
Remember how at the start of the show, OSHA had Pip, and now May has Pip.
And OSHA now is in mechanic.
It's like a legit 180, guys, and they're twins.
What? So why does he want to kill Saul?
Well, I mean, I think Chimera probably is the acolyte himself.
They fought before on.
So
Chimera.
Right?
So why does he want his own?
So
acolyte?
my understanding now is Chimera is the acolyte to Plagueis, the golem creature we saw.
Yeah.
So he needs to kill everyone to make sure the council doesn't know the Sith are actually still alive.
But if they haven't started killing them, then they wouldn't have been found out to begin with.
May fucked up by going rogue.
Well, it's a classic thing, right? A dark side apprentice always wants his own apprentice. To then
I don't like these stupid Matrix.
Well, the idea is the rule of 2 established already?
Should be.
Yeah.
So is Chimera at the if he is an acolyte to
Plagueis,
then is he at the point now where he's ready to betray him?
Yeah.
That's probably what's going on. Yeah.
And I feel like some of that is like also just like that.
The bicycle kick! Did you see that?
Why isn't he headbutting the lightsaber again? To turn it off.
Because it's on cooldown. He can't do it all the time.
Oh.
Why'd you even bother throwing him?
Oh, that's sort of neat. I'm okay with that.
No,
it's like a video game.
Oh, he already knows.
It's a video
It
game.
is a video. It is video
Oh,
game.
he's going for the Superman punch like Roman Reigns.
So Saul is super powerful, except when the writers say he isn't.
Right. If he was able to do that, why wasn't he able to do anything else the previous episode?
Yeah, like why was he? Like if he just defeats him here, then like how come he couldn't defeat him before?
Right.
With like 7 others help.
Right.
He's got some more XP since then.
Like, it's a weird thing that like when you
he's
write,
Saul the White now.
Well, like when you write fight scenes between characters and you want them all to be equal power, one fight to the next has to be somewhat different.
They're gonna have to fight.
What a small galaxy. They just keep running into each other. It's like the 3rd time they've just like seen each other on different planets. Like,
remember she tried to shoot her and she just happened to miss.
Well, we all thought she purposely pulled the shot, and then she actively said, "Oh, I did it on purpose," or no, that she did miss. I forget how that was.
in episode 2, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when they first saw each other.
Right. The show
Well, didn't
is
Coral
just so
tell
messy.
May, like, that's it, be angry?
Use your anger. Yeah, that was a little. That was a little.
Remember, the black one's white and the white one's black. Do you get it?
It's like Westworld.
Yeah, but she was turned into a black cloud of. She turned into a black cloud of dust, and I was turned into a black cloud of dust.
God, this is so forced and dumb.
I'm in the weeds. I don't know what's happening right now.
It's forced. It's not like it's It's made up drama to make the twins fight because we need to have.
So
twins
OSHA is now the attacker.
Ship coming in.
That's Vanessa.
And a great action scene can really be rewarding if it's done right. How does he know that?
It's Darth Tenebris. It's Darth Bane. It's Darth Revan. It's Darth Malgus. It's Darth Vader.
Darth Evilus.
Darth Malignant Tumor.
It's Darth Maleficent.
Maleficent. We're just gonna take Darth Scar. Darth Cruella.
Wait, wouldn't you shit your pants if there's a female Jedi? A female Jedi named Darth Cruella would be amazing.
Oh, we need an actual good Darth lady, but this show's not giving it to us.
Yeah, this show ain't giving you nothing.
What do you have against Asajj Ventress? Come on, Drew.
I don't know who that is.
I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who you are.
It's cortosis. Don't do it. It's not going to work.
Oh.
See,
wait. He knows that.
He should headbutt.
He already.
Oh.
Whoa! God! They did the anime thing. No, that's the anime dealie.
Oh wait.
Oh, I thought he was gonna slide half.
I
thought his head was gonna come off.
I thought so too for a second.
Because that's what happens when the characters do that.
Why are you taking your helmet off?
You can mind control him now. There's no helmet.
Yeah, you can stunlock him. Stunlock him.
Like is that because you just knew you got beat?
Oh look, he's putting his right up to his throat. He needs to do the Mace Windu thing. You have lost. No.
It's the Batman syndrome that Jedi can never just kill.
What?
Where did she even fucking come from?
Why? God, that was terrible.
Visually speaking, where was she?
She just took the saber.
She just stole it.
Oh, here's OSHA's vision. Right?
OSHA kills him. That's gonna be her full heel turn.
And where's OSHA, by the way?
No, that's OSHA.
No, that's May.
That's May.
May's wearing the white. Remember?
Ooh, is that a guy?
Ben just goes May was wearing the white Mechanic outfit.
That's right.
That's May. Yeah.
May's bad. May's good. OSHA bad.
This is a huge.
Are we really gonna do which one is the real one?
Yeah.
And we're gonna do that. So it is Anakin.
And Kymer's like, oh fuck me, they're probably pretty powerful. Oh god.
The Kymer get that cut to Kymer just looking concerned is like what?
Just be taking this.
Is that Kymer picking up the saber?
Yeah.
Was that Kymer? Sure. I better be getting out of here.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't moved. He's still standing right there.
Well, then who picked up the lightsaber? May? Basil?
Plagueis?
God, editing for this shit is like we want.
Yeah, that editing, he looks like he hasn't moved.
Well, the editing is also we leaving everything to be ambiguous until the point it's not ambiguous because then plot.
Where is OSHA?
This is not art, Ben.
OSHA.
This is definitely not the Mona Lisa.
Where is OSHA? Yeah, there she is.
She should have been here far.
Did they swap clothes off screen? Is that what's happening?
Oh God, if they do that shit, that'd be great.
They pull the Parent Trap move.
Yeah, this is Star Wars: The Parent Trap.
This is.
You let me fall. You let me.
That's
fall.
OSHA.
That one should be when he said I was protecting you guys because he said I was protecting you both.
Oh, you mean May behind him?
Right.
Okay. I thought you were him to her.
Well, no, because he said I was protecting you.
Wait, they would have sent you away? Why would they have done that?
If Force itself created you, I feel all right. Whatever.
They would have never let you become a Jedi.
What would the Jedi do with people?
The council did say they were too old.
Yeah, but what does the council do with people who were created by the Force?
I think this is unprecedented for the most.
I was gonna say this is not it's hard to say. Is he saying that they would have ended up being like lab rats?
She picked up the lightsaber.
It was her. She has it. I see it.
Way over there.
She was.
OSHA has it.
OSHA has it. Yeah.
When she was way.
And she has a lightsaber in her hand.
But she was way over there.
Wait, what?
She's choking him. She's gonna complete the turn.
Wait, who's force choking who?
No one's hand is up.
OSHA is.
Oh, now oh my God!
Why can't he stop the force choke?
Yeah, he should be able to.
He's super powerful.
And why is Kymer just standing there too, though? Everyone's just.
He's loving this.
This is the whole kill without a weapon.
I guess. It's
She already killed without a weapon. Well, May already killed without a weapon.
Oh shit! She bled the lightsaber.
lightsaber crystal's turning red.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Osha's now.
It's a red. I guess it's a red saber.
It's now gonna be when she turns the lightsaber on, it'll be red rather
So
than blue.
her blood went into the crystal, and now it's going to be a red lightsaber?
No, she just squeezed
Her
it.
anger made it red.
Is that real? Is that how it works?
That's how new canon makes.
Is that how Anakin got his red lightsaber?
A Sith lightsaber becomes red when a person puts their anger into the Kyber crystal.
Oh.
This is.
Yep,
I thought
Soul's dead, everyone. That's an end of that chapter.
So Osha killed Saul for no reason.
Well, hey, I got my prediction right.
For no reason. Well,
no reason.
Osha so got the truth about what happened to her one mother, and that was enough, I guess. I don't know.
And Chimera is like, yep. All right, cool.
Now, May, what do they do with May? They're just going to... May.
Oh, we got to kill her.
May, this is awkward.
I mean,
He's going to comfort her now.
I only got...
No.
Oh, that blade! Oh, look at it! Oh my God!
That was so stupid. Look, it's got a hint of blue.
I need to drink. Hold on.
That should have been red the whole time.
I was gonna say nobody spit take because my thing's right there.
That literally should have went red the moment she turned it on. That's dumb, making it go blue to red.
Well, Mog is gonna be. Mog is the key to this. If we get Mog working.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, yep. She knows.
Yeah,
Wait,
buddy. Chimera.
Yeah.
She whipped that motherfucker.
Wait, she's sensing chimeras?
Yeah,
Is that what just happened?
immediately.
Wait, so they can sense other Jedi?
Yeah.
So why did they need the
Basil? Yes, Basil. Mog loves Basil. Mog was so happy. Mog was so happy.
Why did Basil sabotage the ship earlier?
I don't know. But Mog was so happy that Basil
Mog,
was alive.
he says, what a relief.
Right.
Did Kymer just walk away?
Kymer literally just.
He knows Vanessa.
Well, so they both sensed each other.
Yeah.
But he was wearing his mask. No, he wasn't.
All right. So
he put it on as soon as Vanessa landed, and Vanessa
every
sensed
single
him.
one of these Jedis are dead.
They're all dead.
All of these are all red shirts.
Yeah. This is put them all.
So wait,
put them in red.
wait. Is Plagueis gonna show up and just dice everybody up?
He didn't have a ship to get off that planet, so I doubt it.
So Jedi can sense others.
Only.
So why did they need the beaver to begin with?
Because
why did they have to show the beaver the Grundle pouch?
You just don't understand the Force, Drew. I don't know what to tell you. You just don't understand the Force.
Like they can't settle on whether or not the Force works or it doesn't.
That's the problem. Why did the power shouldn't work?
Why? Hey guys, let's go into a tube.
Those are some good batteries for 16 years.
Let's go hide this.
16 years and an explosion and a fire. Oh my God, he's dead.
I'm actually kind of mad. That's how they.
That's a terrible way for that character
I knew
to go.
he was going to die, but I'm not happy the way they did it.
Oh, she senses it all.
More Force echoes.
That's another thing. Apparently, they can sense the past.
That's weird.
Like, if I were, that'd be like if Drew got murdered right here at this spot, and I happened to stand over.
I did get murdered right here at this spot. You did it last year.
That's right. I forget about that.
I'm a ghost.
But there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They're all dead except
That's
for probably
11 Jedi.
Except for probably Venestra.
I'm praying to God Mog lives.
She's in the EU, right?
He's watching.
Venestra's in. She's a character, right?
In books and stuff.
Okay.
Everything's pre this, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The High Republic ended before this.
Okay, so this is new territory.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe that.
So Chimera is so that was well predicted.
She kissing him?
Yeah.
We gonna make out?
What is she doing?
Maybe she's gonna do a.
I think she wants to just find out how he died.
Maybe.
Like she's sensing how he was killed.
If only Ray was
I'm
here.
still confused.
If only Ray was here, she could bring him right back.
Yeah, just bring him right back to life. I'm a little upset that somebody as powerful Saul can't resist Force choke.
It does feel like he should be able to do something.
Because what?
Even if I'm being choked, physically choked, I'm punching, doing something until literally the blood is out of me, right?
Oh, we got some more
the Grundle! Here's another Grundle!
What? What?
I guess they're trying to find the twins.
God, Basil is like the unsung hero of
This
this whole
is
show.
insane. Why do they keep trusting? The beaver keeps fucking up though.
Oh,
Like,
back to the same tree. What a coinky dink.
It's like poetry.
2 as 1, 1 is 2.
Born as one. Yeah, remember the power of many? Remember when one Jedi killed them all in like a second?
That was yeah. And so can Basil.
So apparently, wait. Are we now implying that if they didn't have the beaver, they wouldn't be able to find May and
We
Osha?
just said the Jedi can find you too.
Because they have. Does he know they have the beaver? What does the beaver have anything to do with this? Is my question.
Basil exposition.
If Venestra can immediately sense Chimera when she lands, why can she not sense May and Osha when they are literally Force incarnate? In like Dragon Ball Z terms, it's like they are nothing but a power level. Like
You're the sober one. Help us out here.
I'm pretty sober.
No, this guy.
Oh.
The one in the middle.
I said I'm pretty sober too.
Yeah, none of this makes any sense. Vernestra should be able to just find all these people at least.
Yeah. You don't need the beaver.
The beaver's
dude
not needed.
This is actually important, I think. He's talking about wiping her memory.
Can you do that?
He's going to wipe Osha's memory to... So...
May is letting Osha's memory get wiped.
So she can leave and just become a Jedi, I guess?
Wait. He literally has the Men in Black thing?
And that's a Force ability?
And he just
I'd be doing that shit left and right if I was a Jedi.
So wait. He just did it to May?
I wonder... Did he just switch it?
What?
Why?
Did he do it to both of them?
This is just fucking retarded.
Who got the mind wipe? I don't know what happened there.
Who got...
Did he like revert them to...
I guess they wiped May's memory.
Mog is now the leader?
So that's May.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Unless they switch clothes.
She has the face thing.
She has the tattoo.
She has the tattoo, yeah.
So she must have wiped May.
Oh my god, that's the end of the
They
actual...
mind wiped May, even though she's guilty. She is still guilty. Like they have proof of it, right?
Yeah.
That she did it.
I don't care if you got mind wiped after the fact. I'm still...
Does she not...
They just left? So wait, so we're not gonna get the Vernestra and Kim...
Why does he have her droid just like in a hacky sack and like running
Venestra
around
and
with
Kinnear
it?
not gonna have a confrontation? Oh, that's season 2, man. That's
yeah.
Oh, that's lame.
That's season 2.
She should have.
You no longer need those.
We're probably almost over.
Here,
right?
please sit in this like weird...
I'm looking
This is
forward
like-
to completing your
You ever
training.
watch the game show The Pyramid?
Right.
This is what this is.
What?
Yeah.
Look at all those knobs and dials. Esoteric bullshit.
None of them... There's no writing to any of them. None of them have...
wait,
like,
There's the symbol.
There's the rebellion.
There's the symbol. He did a terrible thing. He was totally justified, by the way. Oh, it's not. Oh, so she's.
They were stationed.
She's telling the story
Yep.
now. Oh,
There's a Jaquil.
Yeah.
That's probably the Chancellor.
That's
I bet.
Chancellor Drellick.
Is that Godric or
Drellick.
Wait, what?
Oh,
She just threw that motherfucker under the bus.
She's lying.
Oh, they're using him as a scapegoat.
Yep.
Oh no, not that guy. We really liked him.
She's on the High Council?
She's speaking for them.
You mean the Occupational Safety Hazard Administration?
Oh, they're gonna call her OSHA.
So
why would they do
I
that?
guess,
right.
So Chimera did a switcheroo because he wanted to take OSHA with him, I guess, to be his acolyte.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably what happened.
Yep, Chimera. Yep.
Before he turned to evil.
More OT quotes.
I like how they, yeah.
That's the third one of those.
So OSHA's now...
Yeah, that's a straight up Michael Alleginis line.
Yeah. OSHA's now his apprentice.
So they just fed May to the wolves, like, basically?
Yeah.
Kind of.
And Saul just totally got, like... What a terrible way to go out.
Oh, look at them holding... Oh, God.
Oh, cringe.
Oh, God.
Cringe as fuck. There is no reason why she should love. I feel nothing.
God.
That's not earned at all. Yeah.
That is not an earned thing.
Oh God.
It could have been. There
make so many Sith
There
babies.
absolutely is a
They're gonna
story
make
out there
so
where that
many
works.
Sith babies.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
So many Sith babies.
What happened to the little gremlin guy behind the creepy?
Come on, give us. Oh, here he is. Here he is.
It's Yoda.
Is Yoda at the
Yoda!
5 seconds?
Yes! We called it.
Okay, wait. Is it Frank Oz? No!
No, you don't do that. Fuck off.
That's even worse than Qui-Gon.
Fuck all the fuck off.
Qui-Gon had one
all the
line.
way, fuck off.
Qui-Gon had one line in Obi-Wan. Yoda was just a silhouette of his ears.
Do we get every single prediction right? I think we did.
We called Saul dying.
We called Plagueis.
Saul dying.
Plagueis. We called Saul
I called
dying.
Plague as having a little bit more to do.
I mean, we
than
don't
just-
know. I mean,
We don't even know that was Plagueis. That was literally just like you said, Golem or whatever.
It was-
just peeking
it was
around the
that-
rock. Like,
I think.
like who was
I
that?
think it has to be.
Or it could be Tenebris.
Plagueis is.
Wait. I have a question then. I have a question. Because he's on that planet.
The unknown planet.
Does Chimere think that Plagueis is just going to save them all when like 20 Jedi just drop down?
Well, that was on Brendok.
No, it's hidden.
Brendok was a different planet.
That's his hideout. He thinks he's safe there.
They're on Octo.
So when we saw Plagueis, presumably that was on the hidden planet,
The
unknown planet.
Octo.
Okay, and then they left and went
Is
to.
it guaranteed not to be Octo? I mean, all seriousness though, is it guaranteed to be not Octo?
What's Octo?
From what Octo's episode 8 from
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Octo?
Octo is where Luke was.
Where Luke is on episode 8.
Oh, okay, got it.
Well, and episode 7.
There's a fan theory. I forget the name of the planet, but it's in the old canon. There's like a very obscure planet where they mine cortosis. It starts with a D.
What book?
And there's.
Tell me the book. I'll know it.
There's. I can look it up later. There's theories that that's what that planet actually is. The unknown planet. But it doesn't matter. It's obscure.
Well,
reference.
surely this great cast of characters will have their hands full with.
We got the red shirt Jedi thing wrong. We thought
we did get that.
We thought all the Jedi would die, and none of them did.
There was like no real fight. Like the duel between Saul and Chimere was pointless.
We thought there'd be a force whip scene. There was not.
There was no the lightsaber.
How come Saul can't counter force choke?
But
that was possibly the worst part.
We
of the whole
did
thing.
get
him dying just like a pansy.
We did get resolution that Chimere is Venestra's.
Yes, and she was born around the year 248 BBY.
Let's reflect upon this for a
she's
second.
very old.
So we know it's once again force powers are literally written in a way where it just suits the writing 100% of the time.
They're
the
a plot device.
The force choke is like, why can't Saul counter that? Well, because the script says he has to die now.
I guess the writer would probably say because he was so overwhelmed with guilt and feeling so bad.
He allowed
he felt so bad.
He even teared up while he.
Or Osha was just that much stronger.
I mean,
because she is pure force.
It's more defensible than Torben just letting himself die.
Now
that is like so. All right, like if you want to jump into the force stuff, is Torben the worst part about this entire show?
I don't.
Yeah,
think so.
well,
I don't think so. He's up there, but I don't.
He's a terrible character.
I mean, it's just
stupid. He's very contradictive.
I think the twins' characterization is the worst part of the show.
Once again, Acolyte and Episode 1, the ending speech about Jedi does not kill without a weapon. Still, I don't give a fuck about that force choking thing. That dialogue makes no sense in that context.
A force choke is a weapon.
The force is a weapon.
Right.
In Episode 3, there is dialogue where that witch lady is like, the thread is not something that you use as a weapon. Here, now let me show you how you push people with it. And
right.
It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm not sure what you mean, Drew. I found that speech at the end of Episode 1 extremely cogent and very relevant, talking about how you cannot kill any
Jedi with laser or steel?
How blades and lasers are no match for them. Just to forget that the other Jedi were killed by metal and lasers.
in the same episode where that speech is, she killed a Jedi with steel.
Right.
With metal.
I would say, if anything, Torben's death is the epitome of killing without a weapon.
That's what I've been saying.
Right.
She talked him into suicide. She did not kill him at all.
He
killed himself.
She barely talked him into.
Okay, wait. Question. When she was having a meltdown with the mask at the very beginning and his eyes turned black, what happened? What was that?
I would assume she controlled him for a second, and he fought
Was she doing something that she didn't know what she was doing?
That's what I thought was happening, but
because of the sensory deprivation.
Now looking back at it, I think she was just freaking out, and he was like trying to help her.
Right.
But
why
her powers.
Why couldn't he just take it off? I don't.
So apparently,
know.
but like he was frozen in place. Like he was getting put into like his mind palace.
He went into that Torben.
Yeah. He was
like
getting. It looked like he was getting pushed into like some sort of thing.
Like a shadow.
But he also reacted like he knew what was happening because he went no,
and I think that's like we got kind of that juxtaposition of like how Torben went into that shadow realm of mindfuckery,
which I enjoy that aspect of the visual of like what it was like.
Right, yeah.
They showed us like what he was dealing with. But then they didn't really go enough with it to make it good.
I do enjoy when the
and
Force...
his master still should have cared that was happening, and she should have tried to stop it.
And she apparently knows how to because she stops Kalnaka immediately when she shows up.
Right.
She immediately goes, "Oh, I can know how to do this." But when Torben gets it, everyone's like freaking out, like, "Oh."
Well, it's also in episode 3. It's shown to be like a 3-second, maybe 10-second at most.
It is quick
moment.
But
in his mind, it's like a 5-minute ordeal.
There's also a line where Mother Anastasia says something like, "If you want your Padawan's mind back, you must leave now," or something like that.
Right.
So,
but she gives it back willingly, though.
So clearly there was some kind of aggressive act that Andara should have cared about and done something.
But to that comment, Anastasia says like, if you want his brain back, like leave. But then she willingly gives his brain back before they leave. Typically, if I hold you at knife point, right, and I say the only way I let you live is if Drew gives me $1,000, I wait till that $1,000 is in my hand before I move the knife from your throat.
Yeah, I feel exactly.
That's generally how ransom works.
Right, exactly
how the timing works there. It was not.
Well, remember, they both
not done well.
Their opening conversation between the Jedi and the witches, they're immediately lying to each other and
everyone's lying
and being aggressive for no reason. Like it's one of those like random like people being polite to each other would have solved a lot of this issue.
Yeah.
The witches are naturally skeptical of the Jedi because they think they're coming after their kids.
They're coming to steal their children.
So
that is said.
You can sort of see it from their side, but the Jedi should have.
Acolyte annoys me because I was really hoping going into this, like Drew kind of said earlier, we were going to get a lot more thought and look and nuance onto what the Sith are.
That was my biggest thing. It's like so disappointing. To, like this was their chance to really touch on what does it mean to be a apprentice, or whatever,
and to be a person in the shadows, and and I also kind of went.
And we got none of like why do they have to hide?
Well, right,
what are the Jedi impressing upon? Like none of that exists.
I first went into this like Chimera, whoever the Sith master was the master, and his apprentice went a slightly rogue and started killing Jedi for some revenge reason, right? And then it's like, oh shit. She's going to reveal the fact that the Sith are still alive. And then like Chimera himself either has to kill his apprentice or just kill everyone who knows enough.
But they wouldn't have known if he hadn't gotten involved to begin with. That's where it's like stupid.
Well, my point would be he would do it like subtly, right? Because like maybe the initial, when the show was first pitched that I saw anyway, was Sith Master, Sith Apprentice goes rogue, starts killing Jedi on a revenge arc. That's it. That's all I knew going in. And so, like, maybe, like, because in my head, like, she uses a red lightsaber, kills someone sees it, and now the Master's like, fuck me, everyone knows a Sith killed a Jedi, I have to do damage control. Like, like, you know what I mean?
There's something there, then.
Right, like, and that
they didn't do that.
Right, no, they didn't do that at all. But, like, that would have been intriguing. That would have been a show I would have wanted to watch. None of this was...
The Acolyte goes off the rails, and the Master has to, like oh, shit.
Right.
You're ruining...
I have to old yeller my dude because he was going to out us.
You're going to blow our cover?
Right. Like, that would be an interesting...
You've now created a situation where we have to now kill everybody involved.
Yeah.
And we have to...
Both good and bad guys, right?
Yeah,
like,
you got
that's a show I would have gotten behind.
That's an interesting idea.
We got none of that in this. We got a stupid.
That's the big defense of the people that defend it are like, well, the Sith have been hiding in the shadows all this time anyway.
Right.
But the problem is, like, this show outs them. So why doesn't anybody know about it? It's like, oh, because Vanestra is just covering it all up, I guess.
We got basically a person in 3rd grade who read one excerpt of Romeo and Juliet and thinks they know Shakespeare, and then attempted to write their own Shakespeare play.
I'm not even giving them that much credit.
Well, my point being, like the whole, this is an angsty trope of, like, the twins, they face heel turn. There's the dichotomy of good and light, because that's what the Jedi always talk about, the dark side, light side. Like, in your mind, when you think basic fucking concept level shit, right? Like, as a writer, you can make, like, the most basic level of your writing. Like, Lost is that way, right? Season 1 of Lost is...
Don't do it, Ben. You're going to go down a rabbit hole.
No.
We have to stop it.
Season 1 of Lost is...
Cut!
Season 1 of Lost is like, these guys are just character tropes. And then they expound upon it, right? This is what this show was, is everyone is like a character trope.
Well,
good twin, bad twin.
Isn't Lost by like 20 episodes or something into season?
Yeah, but even still,
There's
in
a
one
lot more
episode,
content.
in one episode, they covered more ground than this entire season did. I will give it that shit, right? Like, here's the thing. You have this, like, basic level, kindergarten level idea of what it is to do a storytelling element. Of twin turns good, bad twin turns, like, you know, like all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And they butchered everything.
Right. It's like, are the Jedi actually good? Are the Sith really evil? Yeah, that's what the idea she was trying to play with.
Right. It was like baby's first philosophy. It was like
quite pull it off.
It was like when you first read Nietzsche and you thought you were edgy in 5th grade, and you didn't really fucking grasp what real life was like. And you're like, oh shit, there's actually more elements to life than I know about. And this is what, like, this is like someone who wrote for 4th graders and didn't expect others with a higher level of intelligence or even wherewithal of the world of fucking around them to see it all. Like,
you hear that, Leslie? The Beer Thrillers is not impressed.
One bit, not one.
7 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
I give it 9.5 lightsabers. A half lightsaber of dark.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I'd rather regurgitate.
I will say,
something.
I think maybe but going back to your original question, if I had to finally answer it,
please answer it.
Fett is Book of Boba Fett is probably my least favorite show.
That's bottom for me as well.
Then Ahsoka.
Also,
just because there's absolutely no redeeming. Well, yeah. I don't care for the timeline. I don't care for the character. There's just nothing I even care about in it. They screwed up Thrawn, the one and only element that I actually did care about.
Tywin in space?
And they fucked it up.
Oh.
And then I'd say Obi-Wan. And
Obi-Wan and Acolyte are probably the biggest missed potential.
They're probably both in that same level.
Like,
I can buy that.
You had something here, but no.
It was like there. Like, you were grasping for it, and you just didn't get it. And then, like, Mando...
Yeah, like, how do we even call this a climax? I barely came.
Oh, boy.
That wasn't even a good come. That was like a weak come. It was like... I felt it for a second, and then it was just gone. I don't know.
Right.
You drove an hour and a half.
Well, what a great transition to our closing arguments, statements, whatever the fuck this is.
I don't know.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it, but I guess this is what we do now.
So what do we got next? Skeleton Crew?
I'll see you all. I'll see you guys. I'll be at the titty bar while you guys watch Skeleton Crew.
We'll be here in your basement.
Yeah, I'll be over at Savannah's. You know.
Yeah.
Andor season 2 is coming.
Yeah, we're gonna do Andor.
Probably early next year. I think there's.
Would that be fun? Would that be fun? Actually, watching a good show? I don't know.
It might be. It might be a good contrast anyway.
Maybe that might work. I don't know.
A palate cleanser.
Oh, and they're bringing back what's his name?
Bill.
They're bringing Bill back. No. What's that actor's name? I actually do like him. He's the bad guy in
Andy Serkis.
Oh, no, Krennic. You're talking about.
Krennic. Yeah.
Oh,
Krennic.
yeah.
He's in The Outsider. He was in.
They'll probably bring back a lot of people from that movie, I would assume.
Yeah. So we're going to see.
Yeah. The end. Supposedly, the last 4 episodes of Andor season 2 is literally like a walk into Rogue One.
Yeah, that should be fun.
I'm sure
we'll
have K2SO and what's the.
I mean, they've already shown K2SO.
Who's the guy?
But that wasn't the same one.
No, right.
Of, Wash from Firefly. I'm sure we'll be still back in as the voice. He's in a lot of stuff.
He was in Dodgeball.
All right. What else you got, guys? Anything else before I hit the end button?
I like booze. Beer's good.
I had a question, a party question for all the Disney executives that are watching.
All of them.
Let me tell you,
all 72 of them.
They are watching.
Would you rather them pursue more?
Fuck, kill, marry.
Talk about future idea pitches for shows. Would you rather them pursue more ideas, kind of like Acolyte, where you're going down new territory, new characters never explored?
You're going down a path I can't follow.
Or more stories with familiar names, with faces that we know, doing backstory.
And at the end of the day, it's all execution.
Because I feel like that's what they were trying to go with Acolyte. I think they feel like they were trying to
new ground,
new stuff, new territory, new characters. Yep. They can't blame us for ruining Han Solo or ruining Boba Fett or ruining.
They can't ruin anything in this technically. They somehow ruined Kiadi-Mundi.
Yeah, God.
I don't know.
You guys don't have.
Yeah, but like. Yeah, it's all execution. It's all just the writing style. But, well, I think that's it for us then, right? Nobody's got anything else? I'm going to cut Ben off at this point. I've turned his mic off so he can't go down the rabbit hole anymore.
Hey, so in season 4 of Lost, right?
Please like and subscribe.
Comment. Oh yeah, hit that scramble that like button.
The biggest thing is you have to think about, right? Is in season 4 of Lost is a great comparison to Book of Boba Fett, and then Better Call Saul season 2 is great.